Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. We're doing our Gnar playthrough of Gnar versus Galio and part of our Gnar guide. So if you want to see the first part of the Gnar guide, it'll be linked down below, as well as all of our other Gnar videos. But let's hop in and see if we can beat Galio with Gnar. Our Gnar is level 20. And we just have the 2 star powers on him. So I'm just thinking counterfeit copies, or counterfeit production could work to make some new, like if we have a really good card that gets a lot of items on it, to clone it. We could also do that with Poké Sticks. Getting some equipment for our units, though, could be decent. We're probably going to be too mana starved for the Craftsman favor. I think actually we're going to reroll and see if we can get something that's a bit better. So stabilize can be pretty good, but I think we're actually going to go with Enfeebling Strike. We are not too powerful as a champion, so being able to draw out those games a bit longer, I think this will actually really help us. All right, on to the Dauntless Vanguard. So for the Galio adventure, round start grant the foe's units +1 health. So this is for every battle within the Galio adventure. At the start of the round, any units they have on board will get 1 health. For the specific Dauntless Vanguard, if one of our units dies, the next round they summon the Dauntless Vanguard, as you can see here. He also has Overwhelm. Alright, this actually looks like a pretty decent starting hand, so we won't re-roll anything.
I'm actually here.
So we're going to go with the Proto-Poro. We're not going to block them, but we're doing this so that we can get that Nexus attack next turn. We want to be able to play our Gnar as soon as possible. So this unit will die, unfortunately, but we will get that 1 damage on their Nexus.
Approaching the battlefront.
And now we're able to play our Gnar. We'll probably need the spell mana, so we'll hold off for 1 more round. We want to get our Teeny Dactyl out as soon as possible as well. Alright, we'll let that go through. So this will heal our Nexus.
I've trained my whole life for this.
So I'm just going to play one of these warning shots just so we can get our damage this round. I'm probably going to need to use a Wallop to reduce their attack slightly, so we won't have any mana to damage it another way. So we're going to have to take that damage, but we can't risk... we can't lose Gnar.
I gladly serve.
But now our Pterodactyl will transform. And now every round it's going to be damaging their Nexus.
Whoa! Hey!
And even though we took a decent amount of damage there, we can keep playing our Pterodactyls. That will just keep healing it up.
Ready for deployment!
And now, since we've damaged the enemy Nexus, we want to put as many units on the board as possible, so they will all be able to get that stacking impact.
Yeah, I'm up.
So we potentially will use a Pokey Stick to get rid of him, but we could use more blockers, so I'll play a Tusk Speaker.
A warrior needs a drum beat. I suppose.
So we need to be a little careful. They have 2 mana, and their single combat costs 2 mana.
Break against me.
Alright, see, there is that. But by doing that, we're able to reduce their attack to 0, which means Gnar will survive. And that's why we're holding on to that 2 mana, because we thought they were going to play that.
Take my helmet. Gamer.
Injustice!
So yeah, unfortunately, we lost 1 unit, but we were able to keep most of them, and they have that stacking impact, so we should be able to win next round. So we'll just open attack. We have a good amount of spells if we need to use them. I don't really want to grab this with Gnar. I would hope to get the Dauntless Vanguard because I want damage to actually go through with the Overwhelm, but we will see.
You would test my steel?
Or they just won't block it at all. Alright, that's perfectly fine. Alright, so we did take a decent amount of Nexus damage, but we were able to come out with the win there. Alright, let's see what we have for support champions. So we normally don't struggle with draw. I don't want to risk or use a reroll here, so we'll just go with the Spotted Toad. Could be useful, we might cut it later. Alright, I'm thinking Renekton is good, but having Chip with a capture is pretty strong. Also having the stun. And then this will also heal our Nexus when it's summoned. This would be pretty good because it summons 2 of them. So this is normally how I look at support champions. I just look at the items and try to see what will best work out for us. And I think this, even though you wouldn't think that this normally would have synergy, because of the items, I think this will work out pretty well. Alright, we'll head towards the champion. So it's nice that we have some stuns because they have a lot of elusives, and being able to stun an elusive essentially just kills it. So we'll hold on to this because those stuns can come in very handy. Alright, so we risked it there a little bit, and we weren't able to draw a cheap champion. Oh, there we go, there's one. So while it's not a huge unit, it would be nice for it not to die to fill up our deck with more copies of itself. So even though I'd probably want to save chip for a bigger unit, I don't want to take that free damage, and having it not die is also helpful.
No, I'm a queen on the head.
Oh, hello there.
Granted, might be challenged right here by this.
They said I didn't have the spirit. Give me a hug.
I know the mountain.
Alright, so it'll get released, but then since it's ephemeral, it will die this round anyways. So it's essentially just keeping or saving a good amount of Nexus health. So he spawned again, but then he'll just die. Alright, so we're going to do the 2-mana Poke Stick, so that we can get our 2-mana Gnar. So attacking here wouldn't really do anything, because they're probably just going to block with their ephemeral. So, not really a point. So we're going to play the Spectre just so we have another blocker.
The journey ahead is long.
Just trying to figure out what I want to do most. Probably going to end up stunning this, but I could also block it with the Spectre. I think I'm actually going to go with this. They often have in hand a Mark of the Isles, I believe it's called, where it makes your unit ephemeral and gives it 2/2, but because of their power, it gives them then like 4/4 or 5/5. I'm not sure if it costs 1 mana or 0 though. So I'm actually going to pass just so that I can stun twice or even Poke Stick if I need to. And since none of these are fearsome, I don't mind blocking here. So yeah, just to play it safe, we're going to go with this. That way, if they try to pull something out, we have some answers. Alright, that's fine. We're going to get a big heal next turn, so I'm not too concerned. So I don't want to overcap on spell mana, so I'm going to use a Poke Stick on their Nexus. So there, we just got a 10 heal by playing both of those. So this isn't going to do any Nexus damage other than the impact, but by attacking it, it's going to get reduced down to a 0 power. And this is just how strong Enfeebling Strike is.
Sure is dark, eh?
And we're full mana again. So we'll use Chip here just to reduce their attack.
Here I am, there I am.
Alright, so that it does cost 1, but there's their Mark of the Isles. We are going to stun that unit because we don't want to deal with it. We'll let Chip here take their attack. He will die, but then he'll release the Ephemeral, and then it will die again at the end of the round. I don't think we actually damage the Nexus. We'll play one of these just to make sure that they'll transform. Yeah, Gnar definitely takes a lot more thought than you'd probably initially think.
Man overboard!
So if we played Malphite here, we wouldn't actually have enough mana to play his Unstoppable Force. And I probably want to play another Teeny-Dactyl. Right now, though, I want to attack and get as much Nexus damage before they play anything else. So they're probably going to block here. Yep. Alright, we thought they might do that, and so that's why we're going to stun that. We don't want our pterodactyls to die. So now we can play our Teeny-Dactyl, and then we'll also play the Chief, so it will get buffed up a bit more.
Pawpaw Shunabla!
Right now I'm just thinking who I want to, who do I want to stun? I'll stun the Ephemeral here since he's fearsome, but I might need to use, well, the issue is if I play Malphite for the stun, I won't have enough to use these two stuns. So yeah, I'll play the Chief here so that we have enough to use both these stuns if we need it. We just need to survive till next round, and then we can win, or we should be able to.
Pluka, pluka! Pluka, pluka!
Alright, we figured they would do that, but honestly, them killing that unit's not that big of a deal. We'll use one stun on the pterodactyl. They do still have 6 mana, so they potentially could have another Mark of the Isles. But we will just have to risk it somewhat. So they will have no damage go through and will survive at the moment. Again, I don't think there's damage to the Nexus, so we're going to use a warning shot here. And that's why it's so good on Gnar, having those two warning shots, just for those rounds we don't think you're going to hit the Nexus any other way. Actually, I guess our Pterodactyls hit it for us this round. Okay, so they didn't have any Mark of the Isle, so that's good. So our important units survived. And now with the impact alone, we'll be able to just attack and kill the Nexus. And we'll end at full health, looks like. See, this would have been much more difficult to win if we didn't have that Enfeebling Strike. Just reducing all of their attacks. If you know you're playing a bit slower of a deck and you're not going to be able to kill all of their units outright, Enfeebling Strike really helps you just survive into those longer games. So I think being able to have another heal that also has draw and get to manage them, I think this would be the most useful out of all of these. So reducing the cost one more, that's definitely nice to have. So yeah, I think we'll get rid of the Spotted Toad. Alright, let's see how we can handle Zoe. Again, we're risking it with not having a cheap card, but we're definitely going to want Pterodactyl and Gnar, and these are all too good, in my opinion, to really avoid re-rolling on. Alright, perfect. We got a Proto-Poro. So we will play this round one, and we will try to grab Zoe if they play it. They'll probably be able to keep her alive, but we'll see.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
Alright, so since our Gnar got that reduced cost, he actually is going to cost 1 now if we can get the impact off. So we will attack, he'll die, but we'll be able to get Gnar out round 1, which will be nice. So they probably will be able to buff up Zoe with the Focusing Crystal, but we'll at least try with the Pokey Stick to kill her. If we don't kill her, at least we're going to reduce her attack. Okay, they didn't have anything. Great, we got rid of 1 Zoe. We'll probably use the chip to get rid of another Zoe if it gets just too crazy strong. Since we didn't damage Nexus, we'll do a warning shot to get Gnar buffed up a bit more. Yeah, with Zoe, you always want to be checking to see what card got made. So we're at 4 mana, so we don't really want to play anything other than our Pterodactyl. So we won't be able to kill him, but we'll get some Nexus damage, and we'll make it so that he can't really attack again in the future. So that silence is definitely going to be a problem because it'll probably silence our Teeny-Dactyl, which isn't great. So we don't need the heal, so I won't play that yet. I'll save the Tusk Speaker for if we need to get another Nexus hit off, so I think I'll just play the Bitesy Lizard to try to take a block. Alright, so we'll actually stun this here. And then I'm not as protective about the Pterodactyl right now because I think it's just going to get silenced anyways. Alright, so by doing this, they're not going to have enough mana to silence, so I will actually use the Wallop to save my Pterodactyl. So they made another silence, so even though these units, the Pterodactyl will probably... Actually, we will grab the 0 cost so the Pterodactyl can at least live and just get that impact off. And then the Lizard has enough health that nothing can kill him at the moment, so we'll go with this, just trying to get damage down with all of our impact and reducing their cards. Alright, so I don't think we're going to need to respond to too much. If they try to silence one of our followers, there's not really anything we can do. So we'll just go for the heal, extra mana gem, and the draw 1. And we will actually play the Poro just to get a bit more impact. Alright, great. So they're silencing the follower, but they're not silencing the Pterodactyl. Totally fine with that. Once Zoe stacks up too high, we will play Chip.
Sapphire, gem of our divine patron.
Alright, so Zoe is now the highest card, so we'll play Chip to get rid of her. And if we can go once more... Alright, so we don't have any way to save him, but that'll be fine. We should be able to still win next round. We're going to play Malphite just to further worsen their attack. I actually should have played that on the Zeevils. That's my bad.
The things we do for a little insight. Here comes the boulder.
So we have enough impact damage to just attack and win, and even if they did survive, somehow we do have some other little chip damage that we can do to their Nexus.
A cut gem shines bright.
Alright, so there is Zoe down. As you can see, Gnar, you have to be definitely a bit slower, much more methodical, and really think about how exactly you're going to play your cards, how you're going to get that stacking impact. So it is actually a bit more difficult than most other champions, but it is a very fun and unique playstyle. So normally when we're summoning one of our champions, it's going to be after we attack, especially with Gnar. So we're not going to get too much use out of Stabilize. And then Trifarian Might, although a lot of our units can get above 5 power, they're not necessarily summoned at 5 power. So we're actually going to go with Endurance. I think that will be able to give us the most payoff and the most consistency. So we have a lot of gold. We'll see what the spells chest is. We might just leave it and not actually grab anything, but maybe it'll be something good. So I feel like we draw the same thing every time. We always replace this, and have we not drawn this like 3 games in a row now? I don't know. Well, yeah, we're going to reroll this, as always, trying to get a unit, and then these are just too good to get rid of. Like deja vu. So we're actually going to pass. We could damage the Nexus, but we wouldn't have mana to play anything else. And then they can drop a landmark that captures your unit. Very annoying. And it costs 2 mana, so I don't want to play something and have it immediately get captured. That right there. I hate that thing. Alright, now that they've played their mana, now I'll play actually a unit. I just didn't want to play one to immediately get captured by them. Alright, we're able to get a decent amount of damage down on the Nexus, turn 1. Really need to change my card back from the basic one. So we have a bit of a toss-up here. I would want to kill their card, or either at least stun it, but I also don't want that to just be able to hit our Nexus. So I feel like I'm probably going to need to stun this and potentially have Gnar block this one. I'm going to play this just so our Gnar will transform next turn, and we can get that stacking impact. Okay, so for some reason they're not attacking with their fangs, so we will just use a wallop and stun their card. Because I didn't want to have one of my units die. And that's the great thing with Gnar's spells. They really let you be reactive. So some of the spells, like Annie's stun, you have to really be proactive and try to get it off beforehand, because it is that slow speed. So we're probably going to end up stunning this, but we're going to let them try to block it first. since this is Overwhelm, his attack won't get fizzled.
Your path for the mountain changes.
Alright, we'll play our teeny dactyl here.
What once was two, now is one.
Siblings once were inseparable. Horns that pierce the heavens.
So their multiple lifesteals, kind of annoying, but we do have multiple stuns, so.
Targon's history is in each stone.
So this actually would be bad to play now because it heals you based on its cost, but it costs nothing. So I'm gonna wait to play that and potentially not play it this round. Alright, so they'll be able to attack. They'll probably be able to get some lifesteal off. Actually, I think I'm going to wait and not play the teeny dactyl. I was planning on it, but I think I might actually use it on stuns, because having them heal up a bunch wouldn't be the best. That's also why I'm not going to play a unit right now. Yeah, that's fine.
It is time.
Break against me.
So we'll take a little bit of damage, but we have multiple ways of healing ourselves back up easily. It's much more important that they don't heal.
I thought they said this climb would be a challenge.
Stay humble, child. Targon will deceive you.
Beat the drum.
Alright, so the reason we're attacking like this is because if they block a lifesteal unit with Gnar, he'll just kill them, so they won't be able to get their attack off. If they block our Overwhelm unit, we will pokey stick it or do something, or stun it, one of those. And then this is being able to get our impact off, kill their strongest unit at the moment. We might just win right here. If that'd be the case, it would be a little unfortunate that we wouldn't get our heal off, but this is more important than getting that heal.
Insolence.
Alright, so they buffed their health, but not their damage. We'll just stun them to get them out of the way, and then his attack can just go through full force.
Keep going.
Yeah, getting wins on Gnar definitely take a lot more effort than normal, but we have been able to win all of these matches consistently and without taking too much damage. I think I'd rather just have more of these in our hand, and then, yeah, that shuffling one cost would actually be decent. So we do have endurance, so this damaging all of our own allies actually would be a benefit. And then this will also hit the enemy nexus. So potentially we could attack with our units, get that plunder off, and then use this to further buff our units, damage the enemy, damage their nexus. So this is worth having. It's a little expensive, but with that plunder, it might make it reasonable. This is a very good one for Gnar. We're trying to damage the nexus all the time anyways, so this goes together pretty well. So the Flame Spitter is a really good card, but we already have enough combat tricks that we don't really need more. And since we just picked up some other cards, we don't want to overcrowd our deck. Alright, we still have a good amount of gold, so we will go towards the shop. That being said, the Swiftwing Flight is very difficult, so this will probably be a pain, but I feel like we're going to need the epic power for Galio. So this will potentially be the hardest fight of the run, but we'll see how it goes. If we can just make it through this fight, we're going to have a heal before our next combat, so potentially be fine. I'll keep this here. I hope we'll pick up our Gnar, but we're probably going to need more blockers for this than normal. So I'll actually play the Tusk Speaker here, just because he's tough enough that nothing can kill him at the moment.
For me, the spirit dance.
Alright, so they'll buff it with 4. Unfortunate, but we were able to get rid of one of their cards. So we will actually just play Gnar here. We won't worry about getting him, well... Okay, we do actually have a way to reduce him down to 1. But if we didn't, just playing him to actually be able to get that quick attack off and kill one of their cards, they often can swarm their board and then buff them all up, and we really want to avoid that happening. So we'll damage their Nexus, get down to 1 mana, play Gnar, and try to kill one of their cards. Yeah, that card's a pain. They might not block here, but we have to at least try. Alright, we got something. Alright, I don't want to overcap on cards, so I'm going to play that just to be safe. Also, that's going to buff the next card in our deck. Luckily, our Gnar is pretty scary, and we do have a cheap stun. We're going to wait for them to attack. Well, I was thinking we'd wait for the attack and then play our Teeny-Dactyl. But we're probably going to need to play a stun to make their attack not just do too much damage. So I think we'll play a Protoporo here just so we can help take a hit. Alright, so we're going to stun their big card. And we'll kill one of their other ones. See, this is why they're so deadly. They have a huge amount of cards, they can buff them up, and they can just overwhelm you with a massive amount of damage. So we're just trying to mitigate that as much as we can. going to do our Nexus damage again. Alright, their strongest card got vulnerable, so we're going to get him off the board. And then play our Teeny Dactyl. We're probably going to have to stun that next round. This is the thing I really like about Gnar. The deck is complex and difficult, but you have answers for just about everything the enemy throws at you. Alright, so we need to save 4 mana for the 2 stuns. We're potentially going to need the Heroic Refrain as well. So we're just going to not play anything and let them attack. I hate this card. Alright, so yeah, this will be a little bit too low to save him. So we'll use 1 on this, and 1 on that. We'll see if they try anything else. We do have a couple more answers if we need them. Alright, we'll play our Bitsy Lizard. We don't really want to give them time to play more units or to buff up their units anymore. So we'll go with this. We're potentially going to buff up our units a bit more, but we'll see how they respond here. Alright, we're now going to stun this so that he gets out of the way. And we'll also give Gnar a bit more damage, so we can punch through and finish them off. Alright, so we lost a good amount of health, but we have a heal coming up, so it should be fine. And let's see what we can get from that epic shop. So these are both good, but they're also fairly expensive. So we do have some of our cards that just give us buffs for the round. So we'll do that, and hopefully still have enough for good heal. This could be trolly, but it is pretty expensive. So yeah, we'll just go over here, get a full heal, and see if we can kill Viego.
No power in this world can stop me.
think this is exactly what we had last game. So hopefully we draw Gnar. Nope. Alright. So we're going to go with our lizard. We're just going to open attack to get that Nexus damage. They might... are they going to Vengeance this? Okay, so they're using one of their 4-mana Vengeance for a 2-cost card. I am totally fine with them doing that already. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Now I'll just save the mana for spell mana. There's not really a point in playing the Poros right now. This is a little bad though, just the fact that we haven't gotten Gnar yet. Because normally with Viego you want to be winning as fast as possible. Alright, so we have enough mana to play our Teeny-Dactyl, our Wallop, and our Pokestick. So they have enough mana to use another Vengeance, but... well, we'll slow play this. We'll just start out with the Pokestick and see what they do. Okay, they're just going to attack. That's fine. We'll just stop that. So we could kill this, but we will try. Alright, great. So we're going to be able to get that, damaging Nexus every turn, at least as long as it's alive. I'm going to try to attack before they play Viego. If I can get them to use like a Vengeance, then they won't have enough mana for Viego. So we'll just open attack here and see what they do. Alright, nice. We're able to kill their card before Viego comes out and damage their Nexus. So Viego is really a pain. And then his level up condition, once I've seen allies with 20 plus power die, he levels up. His level up is every round he steals the strongest ally that you have, or he kills your champion. So you want to try to not kill things while he's on board, because you really don't want his level up. Since we damaged the Nexus, we will actually play some of our Poros. This one got buffed up by the Nexus damage we did. So we're wanting as many units to get that extra impact as possible.
The darkness, like hunger, only grows.
So Malphite actually might come in clutch later with the stuns. So we're probably going to kill, well not kill, we're going to stun their Hydravine. Okay, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to let them attack with Viego. I'm going to block with my Pterodactyl and then buff it up. So that hopefully it can kill Viego. Okay, good. There.
Join the rest.
They don't have any mana now. They might pass to burn my mana, but honestly, that would be okay if that's what they did. No. So we will just go with that. Killing Viego is always the most important thing, because if you don't, he will just destroy you if he gets to level up, and just not taking that Nexus damage. So yeah, it's a little sad we lost our Pterodactyl, but it's still a worthwhile trade. we're actually going to open attack here. We don't want them to play another Viego, but we also want to use this impact before they die. So we want to try to just chip them down a little bit.
She waits for me beyond the mist.
Right,
My
there's
queen.
the Viego. The bad thing is all of his ephemeral units are going to buff him up. Probably in that situation I should have grabbed this one so it could have gotten killed just in case they played Viego. But you know what? We can just get rid of Viego.
Wow, wow, all the walking.
Because yeah, that capture just goes straight through Spell Shield. So we're running low on cards because we don't have our Gnar to generate those Pokey Sticks to keep us topped up. So this is really a lot more difficult than it normally should be. We're going to play the Malphite.
Papa, big as a mountain and
Twice as strong.
It is nice that he is regenerating. Oh, I wanted to block a bigger thing than that. So yeah, we're not having the best luck here, but we have been able to get rid of 2 Viegos already, so that's pretty decent. Although that Haunted Tomb is gonna... That'll bring a Viego out. Alright, since we have the extra mana, we'll just play this. Oh yeah, buff up all of our units, damage all of theirs. Well, that's fun. Honestly, I don't normally get into games this long with Viego, so I actually rarely see the Ruination. But that's okay, we will heal our Nexus a bit. Forgot about that. So they're about to get 2 Viegos on board. So that's gonna be good. Yeah, if we had drawn Gnar at the start of the game, I think this would have been very winnable. At this point, though, the game has just gone on too long. We still don't have Gnar, despite having, I think, like 6 copies of him. So, a bit unfortunate. But that's the way the game goes.
Danisko Joe. Jogo Ho.
Alright, so we have one more revive.
No power in this world.
Let's see if we can get our Gnar out there and if we can use that to win the game. Alright, we'll re-roll a bit more aggressively this time. Okay, good. We have a Gnar. So I want to save this for our next turn so we can actually play Gnar as well as it and get the Gnar attack. So this is going to hit our Nexus, which is sad because we don't have that much health to spare, but I think we need to put these two together next round.
When my song ends, men die.
Come, the journey ahead.
Alright, they
is
can't
long.
Vengeance anymore.
Like a taxi, down up my wall.
Time to dance.
Your ancestors await.
We don't really want to lose our units too soon, and we definitely want to damage their Nexus and get it down as much as possible. So we'll use our stun here. Yep, looks good. Alright, they're gonna Vengeance. A bit unfortunate, but not really surprising. We're gonna Pokey Stick to hopefully draw another Gnar. Nope. Alright, we're gonna get a Bitsy Lizard out.
Against my tusks. My song ends.
So it is 6 cost, or they have 6 mana, which means they're going to be able to play Viego. I was wanting to get a way to get the Tusk Speaker off the board, but anything we play, they're immediately going to play Viego. So I'm just going to attack and get this unit off the board at least, and do some damage to the Nexus.
The whole world.
There's the Viego. We're going to play the Teeny Dactyl to get a little bit more sustain, as well as those Nexus hits in.
I command you. The darkness, like hunger, only grows.
So we're trying to get rid of his spell shield, as well as wanting to draw more. So I'm just trying to math out the best use of our mana. So we can't get the Teeny Dactyl big enough to kill Viego. But see, Viego, he's seen allies with a total of their power die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block this. He'll die, but he won't kill the enemy. But he will reduce their attack significantly. We're just trying to delay the the Viego from getting too big. So we'll stun him since he's going to be doing the most damage to the Nexus. Well, So the most important thing is him dying. So I'm thinking I'm going to use Heroic Refrain on these two. That buff, since we have all buffs are permanent, it's going to damage him. We're going to try to challenge him next turn and kill him with our Poro. I don't really want to lose the impact, but I feel like we can't take that much Nexus damage. So you know what? We won't. We will actually stun this one. So we're taking still a good amount, but I think this is potentially the best case scenario. I don't want to block these necessarily. I don't want these to be too weak. Yeah, that's what I thought. So when one of these dies, he's going to summon another Encroaching Mist. So yeah, we're gonna go with this. I think this is the best case scenario we can hope for at the moment. So we're going to attack mostly because we need to get that impact off. So they might vengeance this, but that's kind of our last hope, is to kill Viego. So we really just need to focus on getting that taken care of.
Puka puka, puka puka.
So again, we're trying to get as much impact as possible, as well as getting blockers ready for their next attack. If we can survive one more round and then attack, we can potentially win. But again, the fact that we only got one Gnar, and that he's... oh, Gnar.
Submission or death for all who live.
They still have enough mana for Vengeance, but I don't think I can wait and play the Gnar. I should have played Warning Shot first to get him to be cheaper. Luckily, they're attacking with Viego first. If they put him at the end, then he potentially would have leveled up, which would have been bad.
On!
So we're losing most of our impact, but if Gnar can survive, then he'll be able to just overwhelm and destroy the enemy Nexus. So we'll go with this. We need to try to survive. Alright, So we're just going to save this for the next attack. And we have to open attack because they could have a... They could have a Ruination. Okay, luckily they did not have a Vengeance. So we were able to come out with a win there. That was definitely very close and rather stressful. It is definitely more difficult when you're not drawing your Gnar. So Spell Shield is really good, but the fact that we'll either be able to play him for 2 cost or for free if we get the Plunder off, I think that's too good to pass up. This is pretty difficult. We have a lot of spells, so Spell Slinger will help a lot. But getting a sapling to help attack would also be very big. I think we're actually going to go with the sapling, although Spell Slinger is definitely very good for Gnar. Especially with Enfeebling Strike, being able to have a sapling challenge bigger units, and even if it doesn't kill them, it's reducing their attack. It pairs really well together, so if we didn't have Enfeebling Strike, I think I'd be going with Spell Slinger, but because we do, I'm gonna go with Nature's Revenge. Alright, we'll go towards the spell. We don't need that many primal strengths.
Approaching the battlefront!
So I would like to play Gnar, but I want to get him to level up next round, so they might attack before we have a blocker, but I'm going to do the Pokey Stick first, and then I'll play Gnar. They might, yeah, like I said, attack beforehand. Yep. So we're going to use a little bit of Nexus health, but we're going to have Gnar on the board. So he'll be able to level up, challenge that unit, kill them, and we don't want them to get too many units on the board because their units are pretty scary. That being said, I want them to play one more card. So I think I'll just play a Poro and see what they do. Alright, that's fine. I'm glad they're getting that out of the way now. Right, I'll just kill their unit then with Gnar.
Our ancestors are watching.
See, I was hoping they're going to play a Battlesmith before, or yeah, Battlesmith, so that Gnar could kill it, but they unfortunately didn't. Nice, our tuck speaker got buffed up a lot.
I heard the war song in the waves.
You can count on me.
Alright, we'll potentially stun, but we have, yeah, a lot of different spells we can play. Oh, they're not even gonna attack. Alright, that's fine. So this tusk speaker is also pretty big and would help our attack. I was planning on open attacking, but I will play this first.
I bring music and war.
Been a long path to get here.
Beat the drum.
So yeah, we're gonna let them block, and then we'll try to play some of our spells and turn the tide.
Meet them head on.
I think I'll save a bit more of our mana and spells for next round. I'm going to attack Cythria immediately, just so that she can't get that attack effect off.
Avenge me.
To the field!
So yeah, now if they attack,
The
our units are...
worth 10 foes.
Okay, they don't have enough mana for that. So I wanted more draw there,
I'm actually
but then
here.
also the more we damage the Nexus, the bigger our next unit is going to be. So I'm going to play this for some sustain, but then also for the blocker. We still have the 3 mana for a stun if we need it, but they're not going to stun. They're trying to set up a big hand for the 4 Demacia, but we're just going to open attack so they don't have the opportunity. Alright, the impact alone will kill them, so we don't really need to worry. We're just going to see if they try to pull anything out to survive. They don't have anything, so we ended this at essentially full health.
My son's in.
So soon.
That will be amazing. So even though some of these are decent, we kind of already have enough cards in our deck. We don't really want to add other ones that are going to be taken away from our more focused game plan. We really need to be drawing Gnar, so every other card we add needs to be pretty good, or very good. So even though some of these are good, we want to be a bit more focused. So Sting Officer can be very nice, being able to get some of those early attacks in to get that Nexus damage. So I'm just going to use the reroll since we have them. Yeah, I really don't want to add other cards. Alright, let's go kill Dawn Speakers. So yeah, if you've watched any of my other playthroughs of champions going against Galio, you can definitely see that this is taking a lot more effort than it normally does. But then with that, you also have a very fun and unique playstyle that, if you like that complexity, if you like having a lot of different answers in your deck for whatever the enemy throws at you, the Gnar is pretty great. Alright, so we could attack, but I want Gnar to be able to get some damage in, hopefully kill a unit. So we're going to challenge the tracker just so they don't block Gnar with it. They probably won't block with one of their Dawn Speakers, but if they do, it will die. I hate that card.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Good thing he challenged it, so next time we can attack, we will kill it. I think we might have too many cards. Oh, we have just
Laurents
enough.
are born with blades in hand.
Alright, we're probably going to end up using a stun here.
In the name of the fallen!
Oh, I'll be able to. Oh, this is... It's like I'd want to kill the Dawn Speakers, but I also really want to kill this card. So we're going to take that damage. We do have a healer coming up, and we'll be able to buy a full heal, so we'll take a bit more. But being able to play some of these spells will be very helpful. Got rid of both their spell shields.
Times.
Also, we're probably going to play the
Our allies did not fall
Eye and the Pterodactyl, so we're probably going to be able to heal up fairly easily. So I don't think this will quite be able to kill them off, but it might be close.
Who will stand with us?
Alright, so it was enough to make them block, which is nice to at least get rid of one of the Dawn Speakers. So Enfeebling Strike doesn't reduce damage, or reduce their
Reporting in.
attack if they don't actually take damage.
Be strong! These are dark times.
Alright, so we're going to go with our big Pterodactyl.
Words sharp as swords!
Alright, that's fine. I don't think we killed any of their units, so I don't think they're going to get buffed up anymore. And we'll just let our Gnar go in and attack. Well, so we should be fine. So I'm going to risk going for the heal instead of just opening attack and winning, but they might have something, a spell they could pull out to mess with us. I think we should be good, but if we can end this with a full heal, then at the healer we can cut a card instead of healing.
Ah, the whole family is
Okay,
here.
yeah, we will be... We'll be good.
Vanquish the ugly.
Alright, so we got that full heal off. We won the game. We can now try to cut a card and face off against Galio. We don't have that revive for the backup, so hopefully we draw Gnar. Making this even better, perfectly fine. So yeah, we'll get rid of the chieftain. He's doesn't really help too often.
Time to make an impact.
Alright, looks like we're going up against Galio and Shyvana. So Galio always is supported by one of 3 champions: Shyvana, Senna, or Malphite. There's our Gnar, perfect. So since we're going to be able to get the Nexus damage, I'm going to just play Gnar for the 2 mana and save the Poke Stick for later. I believe they're, going to play... Normally they play a Dragon Chow, and then they play Shyvana. Yep, there it is, Dragon Chow. So we could challenge it, but we wouldn't actually kill it, so they would still be able to get that strike off. So we're going to see if they block. If not, then we're just getting a little bit more Nexus damage. Okay, good, they're blocking. We're getting a bit less damage, but that way the Shyvana is not going to be as scary.
Claws to get out.
We're actually going to use this on her, just to reduce her attack. Nice. Thank you for attacking. If they pull anything out, we do have Primal Strength, and we do have Wallop to stun them if they have some trick up their sleeve. But they do not. Perfect. We'll play this for the Nexus damage, and then we'll play a small army of Poros to get that impact.
Fire and fury burn in me.
That sucks. So sadly, we don't even have enough mana to play the Primal Strength. Unfortunately, our Gnar doesn't have Challenger. I don't really want to challenge it to any of these units, but I guess I'll go over here. So it will get a bit stronger because of the Fury and be closer to leveling up, but this I think is worth it to save all of these units and let them get their impact off. I wanted to use Primal Strength to really buff up everyone, but because of their Petricite Pillar, we don't have the mana. We do have enough mana, though, for Teeniedactyl. Good thing is their Pillar will be gone next turn, and we'll be able to play our stuns to stop their attack. Goodness, that's a big Gnar. So yeah, I don't want these even trying to attack. I don't want them to play another Petricite Pillar, although I think it costs 2 mana. So I'm actually just going to stun both of these outright. So since they don't have any mana, we're going to go with this. She will level up, but then she'll be stuck at 0 attack. And we need to really try to reduce their attack as much as possible, or their health. Because if they get to, I believe, 20, Galio gets summoned, and we don't really want to deal with him. Alright, so we're just going to open attack. The impact should be able to kill them. Alright, so let's see if they have anything. Okay, they do not. So, this was definitely a bit difficult, but this was Gnar against Galio. I hope you were able to learn something. Hope you're able to see how I thought through everything with going through this. Now, there was 1 or 2 misplays, so it's not like I played perfectly, but you have a lot of options with Gnar, but you have to be aware of those options, thinking ahead of them. You have to be a lot more strategic than for most other decks. So some people are probably going to absolutely love that. Other people are probably going to hate it. I hope this gave you a good representation of what it'd be like to play Gnar. Now he is just 2 stars, so we will get better with that 3rd one. But hope you liked the video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching that video. We're putting out daily content for Path of Champions, so if that interests you, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment down below. We're just starting out here on YouTube, trying to grow the channel, so any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you, and have a great day.